Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Thanks for tuning in to Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm Jacqueline Journey, and we have an incredible episode today. It is all about the fascinating past and fabulous future of building the Palm Beaches. We've got a private tour of the spectacular Flagler Museum. Now, without Henry Flagler, modern Florida would not be what it is today. But first, we've got a marvelous look at some new construction happening right here, right now, here in the Palm Beaches. Welcome to Passport to the Palm Beaches, where we dream, discover, and explore. So where are we going?
Any place your heart desires.
Ah! Get your hands off my booty!
We'll give you an insider's look at everything the stunning Palm Beaches has to offer.
All right, you did it.
America's first resort destination is adorned with miles and miles of gorgeous tropical white sandy beaches. Look how gorgeous this is. I mean, only in the Palm Beaches. World-class golf.
You're good.
Museums. Welcome to the spectacular Flagler Museum, one of the absolute must-see destinations when you're here in the Palm Beaches. Extraordinary people.
So what do you think?
This is amazing. Luxury real estate. Now this is truly the American dream. Shopping. We're here on my very favorite street. It's Worth Avenue. This is just gorgeous. And an unexpected wild side. Oh. Well, I don't know about him, but I'm having a blast. It is the ultimate playground. Wow! Don't settle for the ordinary. Oh my goodness! The Palm Beaches, it's like no other place in the world. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is Passport to the Palm Beaches. Since we're talking about the future of building the Palm Beaches, I brought in our resident real estate expert and my husband, Horst Hohl. So nice to have you on the show, honey.
Thank you for having me.
You know your stuff. Tell us all about the Palm Beaches, Palm Beach County. It seems like it's booming.
Yeah, Palm Beach County is definitely booming. I mean, you have 47 miles of white sandy beaches here. You have an average of 240 sunny days. You have endless activities from fishing to golfing to tennis, pickleball.
That's right, along with all the gorgeous new homes we're building, like this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about this beautiful home.
Yeah. This is actually a Dutch colonial home, brand new build. It's roughly 4,300 square foot under air and total square footage of close to 6,000. It's absolutely gorgeous. The interior design is by Liliana Fernandez, which is a very, very well-known interior designer. And you see, I mean, the materials they used here, they're very warm and elegant and luxurious. I mean, give you a couple examples. This is a 17-foot ceiling here, you know, which makes the room look very grand. The floors, they are actually full slab dolomite marble. And then we have 100 foot of waterfront. You know, 100 foot of waterfront on the intracoastal.
The house is spectacular. How much does something like this go for?
It's around about $20 million and it can be yours.
All right, I understand you've got a couple of other new constructions for us to take a look at today.
Yes, we will look at a nice high-rise building that is just now starting construction, and it's called pre-construction.
Perfect, yeah, condos, everybody loves condos, so something for everybody. Stick around for more Passport. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. As promised, it's condo time here on Passport to the Palm Beaches. Once again, I'm Jacqueline Journey, and we are here with luxury real estate expert and my husband, Horst Hohl. This is one of my favorite projects, total luxury. It's called the Alba. And tell us a little bit about this.
The Alba is 55 for luxury residences, so they are large. You know, they are all corner units, they have all water views, they're direct intracoastal, and they're going from 2-bedroom up to 4-bedroom. The 4 bedrooms, they are like townhouses, and they're starting like in the mid 2 million. Fantastic amenities, 25,000 square foot of amenities here. They have cabanas, they have towel service at the pools, they have 2 pools. It's a fantastic location.
That's right, and they've got some very cool technological features, and let's go take a look at some of those.
Absolutely, that's exciting actually. This is something you probably never saw before. So we are here actually at the Alba Sales Center. I'm here with Jonathan Durr, and look at this, guys. This is actually a next generation future sales center. You can see everything here digital. You can see the views, the building. I'm stopped talking now and I hand it over to Jonathan because he can explain this much better to you.
Thank you, Horst, and thank you all for being here at Alba Palm Beach. As mentioned, Alba is the only new construction direct waterfront condominium building being built here in West Palm. Although we are 22 stories in height, we are only 55 residences, so it's a much more boutique, intimate, luxury lifestyle, which we're all accustomed to here in Palm Beach. We have over 25,000 square feet of amenities, including 2 pools, state-of-the-art fitness center, private dining room and spa, 24/7 valet, security, and much more throughout the building. Something else that sets us apart are our tremendous outdoor terrace space and of course, our water views, much like what you see here today.
The technology, absolutely incredible here. You can see your view from every single unit. I love it. And of course, this building is actually located on Flagler Drive, which is the perfect tie-in to our next segment because of course, Henry Flagler helped make Florida what it is today. And we've got that private tour, all access to the Flagler Museum coming up next. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Welcome to the Flagler Museum. This is absolutely one of the most exciting places to visit when you're here in the Palm Beaches. Built back in 1902 by Henry Flagler as a gift for his wife. 75 rooms, over 100,000 square feet of Gilded Age excellence. Let's head in and take a look. Thanks again for tuning into Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and I'm here with the Executive Director, John Blades, of the gorgeous Flagler Museum. This place is so incredible, it's worth a visit. In fact, worth multiple visits.
Indeed.
So for those people who aren't familiar with Henry Flagler and all that he did for the state of Florida in particular, give us a little brief history of who he was and why he was so critical to our history here in Florida.
Well, I should say that before he even came to Florida, Flagler was an incredible business person who was a founding partner in Standard Oil, the most profitable corporation in the world, and it remained so for over a century. That's a record that'll never be equaled. He was their legal mind. He figured out how to create the trust system which allowed them to do business nationwide. He handled their mergers and acquisitions, and it made him quite wealthy. But at some point in his mid-50s, he decided he'd rather pursue other interests and was familiar with Florida and thought there was an opportunity here that wouldn't be realized unless he personally got involved. So in a very real sense, he invented modern Florida. He created a transportation system that runs the length of the state. He promoted agriculture and tourism as the mainstays of the economy, and they are today still. And so the state he found in the late 19th century may have been the poorest state in the nation, but this past year I think our gross domestic product in Florida exceeded that of the entire country of Mexico. So he really laid the foundation for making Florida what it is today.
So he originally built this place for his wife, is that correct?
Well, in a sense he did. He'd been dating his wife. He met her in Newport, and he wasn't going to build her a house that wasn't going to compare well with what she'd been seeing in Newport. His tradition, his habit was to give the deed of any home he built to his wife as a way of making her feel secure and financially stable. So he did that with all of his homes, and he did that with Whitehall as well. The house itself was built as their home here in Palm Beach.
Very much part of the Gilded Age, and I think at that time this was sort of the pinnacle of that. And he really created not only the tourism but the season here in Palm Beach, where all of the other people who were very successful at that time started building homes here as well.
So In Palm Beach, what he created was not just a seasonal counterpoint, but a social counterpoint. Palm Beach has always been, because of the way Flagler established it, about what you've done lately. And as a consequence, Palm Beach is constantly reinventing itself. Everyone is welcome here, provided they really want to be a part of the community and make the effort. So what they built here was something very different from all of his other homes. What they built here was really sort of response to Andrew Carnegie's admonition in his Gospel of Wealth that these titans of business should have at least one house that is really a home for all that's highest and best in literature and the arts, because that was a way of elevating our society. So in a sense, this was built to project the aspirations of American culture at the time. We try to create an open environment here with self-guided tours in printed form in a number of different languages, audio tours in several languages. But we want people to really wander through the building and be able to be contemplative, to really take in what they're seeing, to try to understand what this place is about, what the messaging is here. And the messaging is, this is about arts and literature and about our society really become all that it could be, and us as individuals becoming all that we could be as individuals. So it's supposed to inspire us to want to be that. Every room at this first floor in particular has some special features to it. So the architects really pulled out all the stops. They wanted to make every room special in some way and different from any other home of this period in some way. So, for example, the dining room was made of solid satin wood. It's the most elaborate satin wood room ever built in the Western Hemisphere, probably in the world. You can't even get enough satin wood to build anything anymore of any size, and yet we have an entire room with a giant fireplace made of solid satin wood. So that's a really special room. Or the drawing room is leafed in aluminum leaf, because aluminum was such a magic metal to them at this time in history. And for most of Flagler's life, aluminum was more expensive than platinum or gold. It's like that throughout the building. It's really filled with messaging and symbolism and special features and materials that you won't find anyplace else. One of the miracles of this building is that we've been able to repatriate the major contents to the point where if Flagler could come back today, I think he'd be surprised at how little had changed. What I hope our visitors walk away with is a sense that they may have visited other places like the Frick Collection or the Newport Mansions or even Hearst Castle, but they didn't really get an understanding of what these buildings are about until they came to visit Whitehall. I hope our visitors walk away with some sense of why you build a place like this, what it means, why we want to preserve it, and how it'll, I think, continue to help inform our thinking in the future.
Coming up next, join us for a private tour, all-access pass to the historic Flagler Museum. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. We're here in the Grand Hall of the Flagler Museum in front of Henry Flagler himself. I'm here with David Carson, Public Affairs Director, and I understand, David, you're going to give us a private tour with some interesting facts about some of the greatest rooms in the museum.
Yes, let's do that. Let's take a tour, and every room has its own little story to it.
Before we do that, though, real quick, you've been here for many years, and tell us a little bit about your history with the Flagler.
I started here in 2007, and here we are today. I'm still here. I find that even though I've been here a long time, every day I still see something new that I hadn't noticed before. So it's just a never-ending story here.
Beautiful. Well, he's going to give us some of the highlights.
Well, Well, this is the drawing room. This is the room that Mary Lily Keenan Flagler would meet and greet and entertain female guests, visitors and friends. The room was designed specifically for the ladies, so it has a much more feminine look than any of the other rooms in the house. It's the only room that is finished with aluminum leaf as opposed to gold leaf. And Henry Flagler felt that the aluminum leaf had a softer finish to it, and so he thought this room would be best trimmed in this aluminum leaf. An interesting element is that the Art Case Model B Steinway grand piano has the same aluminum leaf finish as the walls. It was commissioned from Steinway specifically to fit into this room. The oak parquet flooring here in the drawing room has a motif in it which is known as the Greek key. If you look at that square spiral, the design is made purely from the color and the grain of the wood. So that's quite an intricate design in its own right. But as you move through the room, you'll see how it changes. So this is the formal dining room of Whitehall, and the dining table and chair set is original to the house. In fact, this piece, the dining room table and chairs, had disappeared for a number of years and had recently returned to the museum. So it's back in its original location. All of the ceilings in Whitehall look quite intricate. For example, this looks like carved wood with gold leaf trim. Now there's no wood up there at all. All the ceilings are molded plaster and then painted to look like wood. And the dining room fireplace is designed or carved with food-related items such as fruits and crabs, seafood, all sorts of food-related items in the carvings of the fireplace. The green rug here in the dining room is original to the room, and it was made specifically to fit in this room. The oak parquet flooring is recessed just a quarter inch, and it's the same size as the rug, so that the rug, the green woolen rug, unfolds and fits precisely into the recessed oak parquet flooring. The house went through 3 distinct phases in its life. Private home, 1902 until 1924. Then it was a club for 1 year. Then it operated as the Whitehall Hotel from 1925 to 1959, when Jean Flagler Matthews, Henry's granddaughter, bought it from the failing hotel, the Whitehall Hotel, and she founded the private non-profit organization that is the Henry Morrison Flagler Museum, founded in 1959, opened to the public in February 1960. This is the music room. The music room is designed in the Louis XIV style, and it's designed to emulate European opera houses of that period. It's the best example of the original lighting in the house. These are Baccarat crystal chandeliers imported from France. And at the far end of the music room, you'll see the Odell organ. The organ has 1,249 pipes behind the facade. It still works today. We play it every summertime on Sunday afternoons. So we're just entering the South Hall here at Whitehall. The ceiling of the South Hall is designed to emulate St. Mark's in Rome. This is the Whitehall courtyard. The fountain in the center emulates the same fountain in Boboli Gardens in Italy. So this is the Flagler Keenan Pavilion. And this was built specifically to house and protect Henry Flagler's private railcar number 91.
Driving my car, going away. Here's another road, another bridge. Going on.
So this is railcar number 91, Henry Flagler's private railcar. It was built in 1886 by the Jackson & Sharp Company, and it was one of at least three private railcars that Henry Flagler owned. And in fact, this railcar was part of the very first train to arrive in Key West After the completion of the Oversea Railroad, Henry Flagler rode this train down to Key West on January the 22nd, 1912. And 10,000 people came out to welcome him. He really changed their lives down in the Keys on completion of the Oversea Railroad. He spent 7 years building 156 miles of track from Miami to Key West.
We're going to wrap it up where it all began, right here in Henry Flagler's rail car. Thank you again so much to everyone at the Flagler, including, of course, David and John, who gave us this fabulous private tour. We'll see you again next time for more Passport to the Palm Beaches. As a thank you for watching, head over to my website, jackjourney.com, and apply this special promo code for our viewers, I Know Jack, for a fabulous reduced price on my Clean Skin Elixir Youth Potion number 9. Do it now. This is for a limited time only while supplies last. Your skin will thank you for it. It fights the signs of aging, keeps your skin hydrated, and protects it from environmental aggressors. We'll see you again next time for more Passport to the Palm Beaches. Check out all of our other episodes on demand at thepalmbeaches.tv.
Driving my car, going away. Here's another road.